Bro,
Yeah.
honestly, my boy, I'm so grateful to have you, bro.
Damn, what makes you say that, bro?
Honestly, I've just really been thinking, just I've really been thinking about how our story started, like we were in fifth grade, I didn't really you didn't know a word of English, and we weren't really that close and stuff. When we only got close when you came back, in 10th grade. And out of that, bro, honestly, we've gone through a lot of stuff together, bro. And I'm honestly just I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, imagine where I would be, what I would think, what my beliefs are if you weren't around, bro. And I really think about that, It's
So
just something I
what
thought
do you
about.
think would be the so what do you think would be the difference though?
The difference, if I had to say, honestly, you've brought me a lot of like, reassurance about myself, confidence about myself. I think that's a big one for me because as a kid, I was quite shy, quite very introverted. I wasn't too confident in myself, and I wasn't too confident in my abilities either. But when I would go through them, go through like hard times like that, and you were there to lift me up, I felt like, yeah, everything's gonna be okay, and then at the end everything just looks good, And the thing,
Mm.
I think it's super important that like men have like people they can rely on, I think it's a very
Mm.
important thing because that's the reason most men now, that's the reason why men who don't have like a strong brotherhood, a strong bond between another man and stuff, I feel like I don't want to say they're behind, but I would say that they could be a lot better off, as they are now. They wouldn't be as lonely. They would be more confident in themselves. They would have like they would be, I would say, hard on themselves too, like because honestly, together we've been like sharpening ourselves, because you know what they say, right? The saying, "Our iron sharpens iron," and I
Yeah.
think that's so true. For our case, I think that's so true because for us, we both have strengths and weaknesses that, in a sense, we complement each other. Because your weaknesses, I help you out with them. I have weaknesses, you help me out them. You help me out with them, and then we can develop our strengths. And,
Yeah,
and I,
that's true.
I, I think I think it's so important, bro. Like really, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, like, it's funny that you say that because I actually thought that, like, while I was looking at some pictures of us, like, over the years, and actually thought, like, bro, you've actually seen maybe every version of me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's actually true.
you've seen me when, like, I was jobless. You seen me, you seen me with a job. You seen me without the gym. You seen me with the gym. You seen me without like girlfriends, without anything, and you seen me with a girlfriend and with like, you know, with like all these things. You've seen me like through the bad and the good, honestly. And honestly, I find it funny that you said that iron sharpens iron, because a lot of the times I do think, for example, for us in the business, it came from our willingness to see each other. We were like, yo, we can't be going a year, 2 years without seeing each other. So we need to find money somehow. You remember? And we started,
Yeah.
bro. I remember we started like, bro, we
But
started trying everything out just to make a few bucks. We started with trying to sell Instagram followers. You remember
I remember that. Yeah,
selling
I remember
selling
that.
the Instagram followers? Then we we tried to sell like I forget what it was. We tried to sell like these IB notes that we wrote in
Yeah,
class.
it was IB notes. Yeah, because we
Yeah,
finished, we graduated IB, and we thought, it was such a hard time for us. Like, why don't we help out other people like us, And we had notes,
exactly.
so yeah, we could just help them out.
Exactly. And then we were like, nah, but bro, we need something bigger. We want to chase something bigger that isn't just a few bucks. It's something that is a project that will last us, you know, maybe a lifetime. Because IB notes, you can only upload so much, and you can only sell so much, because, you know, like, for example, the IB is always replacing its topics every year, you know. So we thought to ourselves, we want a project bigger than just a one time, you know, sell sale. So I remember, bro,
Exactly.
first few, let's say, few months, we started getting into this digital marketing business,
Yeah.
because we actually got hired to do the same. And it actually started from us being hired to do it for somebody, that we were like, look, maybe we can do it ourselves. And it's funny, bro, like, then over the years, over months, we started like working and working and working, helping each other out. Like you said, you had your positives, I had my positives, and then in a way, we implemented both our like positives and negatives, and we made something happen, you know. So like you said, bro, like literally iron sharpens iron, you know. And
Hmm.
bro, even if we go back to even just when we were in school, like, you wanted to go to the gym, so you were like, bro, Eddie, I don't want to go to the gym by myself, bro. Come to the gym. So I came to the gym, and then we spent what, like a year without missing the gym. Like, we
Without
never
missing,
missed
not
a
one
day.
bit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't miss a day. Like every time that you went, I would go too, because we were like, you know, if one goes, the other goes too, you know, the other follows. So it's funny, bro. Like we have a funny like story, and honestly, even when I look into the future, right, I can't see the future without having my brother next to me, which is you, obviously, as you know. But yeah, like, bro, even the goals that we chase nowadays, I think we have very similar goals, right? And I think in every goal that we have, they're very like related to one another. So for example, one of them, we want to get an apartment together,
Yeah.
and we want to live together, and finally, you know, have that reunion, bro, because I haven't seen you like in a while. Not like, what I mean is, I haven't seen you like for a while, bro. Not for like a week, because I've seen you for a week a few times because of holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I mean, for like a good period of time, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So get an apartment. What else do you think too?
Yeah, I think the apartment thing was the biggest thing for me as well, because like obviously we live far apart from each other, and and like I was saying before, the iron sharpens iron. It's so, like, honestly, when you really think about it, right? The people in our school, right? So they're like all the friend groups that there was in high school for us. To be honest, I really believe that despite us being long distance from each other, I think we're the only friend group to have ever kept in contact with every single day without a miss, bro. For the
Yeah, but
past like 2 years, bro. Every day we've been calling, bro. Every day, bro. That, I think that's like that's actually insane when you really think
that's
about it.
impressive, honestly. That
That's
is
actually
impressive.
impressive, bro. Really, it is. Like when you really
And it's
think about
actually
it.
and it's
Yeah,
actually not just like a few texts, bro. It's like a whole call of like 2 hours almost. Nah,
bro.
maybe
Yeah,
not
kind of like
always,
the one we're doing now. You know?
but
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
yeah. So the thing is, I was getting onto that because if we're both in person and we both live in the same place, then we can really have that iron sharpens iron kind of mentality, and it's going to be so strong, you know, because when we're in person, right, we can do a lot of things together. So for example, we can say like going to the gym, right? So if you don't feel like it, you know, one day, or you're trying to get up and you're tired and stuff, you know, I can be there to like wake you up and shit, and then we both go, you know, and it just makes it a lot easier to go to the gym, you know, because you have someone there to keep you accountable, and then vice versa. If I have the same thing and I feel, oh, I don't feel like going, blah blah blah, then you can say like to get me to the gym and stuff, and then look, and then we have that sort of accountability, you know, and that's what the iron sharpens iron comes from. And for work as well, like we can be in the same room working, and let's say we're working for a client, you know, and
Mhm.
and let's say you're doing captions and I'm doing the editing, so I do the editing and say, okay, Eddie, like I can turn I can turn my chair around, my little like rolly chair. I say, "Yo,
Yeah,
Eddie, I'm sending the videos to you right now." Instead of
exactly.
sending a text, then you're somewhere, and then you don't reply for a while, and you say, "Oh, where's the file again?" And blah blah blah. It's kind of just, I wouldn't say completely disorganized, but I would say it could be much better in person. Or let's say you're having a problem with your laptop, bro. We've had plenty of times with that happen. And
Yeah,
in person, I could help you. I could say, okay, this is what you do. I can help you solve, and vice versa. So I feel like in person, everything is just going to be easier. Work, gym, and I don't know, like just having the social life in general. Because honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes in my room, bro, it's just, bro, it gets lonely, to be honest, because it's just me in my dorm, by myself and stuff. And yeah,
hmm,
look, you're there, sure, we call, but we're not calling 24/7 like we are as if we're in person, because look,
yeah,
because then you're with me all the time. But when you call me and stuff, yeah, we call for 1 or 2 hours, but then after I put the phone down, I think, all right, well, what now? Like, who do I talk to?
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because, bro, not even just that, bro. Like, we go on holidays together, and even on holidays, bro, I think like we have memories that, bro, we can literally, like, in 50 years tell our like grandkids about, you know? Like
Yeah.
every time that we go out, that we do a trip, that we, like, just travel, the two of us and stuff, bro, it's like we never have a minute of like, of like sadness. I mean, yeah, not, I mean, we have minutes of sadness when bad things happen, because obviously, like, life is not just, rainbows and unicorns, right? But the thing is, even when we are sad, it's like we are still like fulfilled. I don't know, it's a weird thing because, bro, it's like whenever I'm with you, whatever happens, right? It's like, I can still be the same guy. I never have to really change the way I am. And I always know that no matter like what happens, like, you'll be like, yo, bro, we can turn this over. Or if it's good stuff, like, you're happy for me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
honestly, it
exactly.
feels amazing to have like someone outside your family that can also, like, celebrate your wins, and also, bro, like, when you're feeling down, to give you that confidence to like get back up.
Exactly.
Because obviously,
Exactly.
for our business hasn't always gone like upwards. There's been upwards, there's been downhills, there's been, a lot of like turbulence.
Of
and
course.
uh, and yeah, bro, we've always been able to turn it over because we're like, we literally like get on each other's head a little bit, and we're like, yo, like, this is our final goal, this is our outcome, this is our destination, bro. Get back to your own self, get confident again, because we're gonna do this and we're gonna do great things, you know and
Mm.
and yeah, and also going back to the whole like trips and vacations and stuff, it's like, bro, it's so nice to be able to travel with someone where it's like bro, like, you don't need a phone to travel. You get me? Because you can literally live the moment and feel like you're in an animation. You know,
Yeah, that's true,
it's
actually.
because like you're always doing something. It's like you're in your own movie. And you're like, bro, like, no, actually, something that I wish we could do is like, when, for example, when we're like 6 years old, if there was like the option to rewatch our like highlights, you know,
That's true.
like
That's actually true. Yeah.
we turned 60, and like, I'm at my birthday party, and someone is like, oh, you want to watch your highlights from when you were like, you know
Young.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and just you rewatch all your highlights, and then you see like everything you did with your friends, and not just like travels and stuff, but like
Just
legit
everything.
everything.
Everything,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything. Like
Yeah.
highlights, just anything. Bro, honestly, it would be amazing. But going back to the whole thing that we were talking about, bro, it's also good because why? Bro, having someone that feels like a brother, it always helps also because you can get on people like you can get on my head and be like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Maybe you gotta change this, maybe you gotta change that. Bro, maybe you treated this person this way, maybe you should have treated her this way. Stuff like that, bro. Like it's like constructive criticism, but obviously as like friends, right? So you're not actually gonna like
Like
tell me
insult the
the
guy.
thing.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But you're gonna tell me things straight, but you're not gonna tell me in the way that maybe a teacher would tell me. Which is way better because, bro, like I felt like every time the teachers were just lying to me to my face. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. No, I want to tell you something actually. So, it was interesting what you're talking about, saying like, yeah, it's nice to have someone to really put you in back into reality. Also, I mean, not in a bad way, or anything. I'll tell you this. A couple things of what you said. There's a way you can tell whether you have a fake friend or you don't have a fake friend, or someone who's genuinely there for you to see you like win and stuff. I just kind of said it, to be honest. Seeing you win, I think it's a big one because like fake friends, typically what they do, right? They don't like to see you win, and I think I see this typically with like uh, girls that are friends. Like it's the dynamic between the genders are different because for men, typically, if you have a genuine good friendship, the way we interact is that, yeah, like, so let's say like you haven't been hitting the gym, and then I say, yo, Eddie, you've gone a little bit fat, bro. I'm saying, bro, get your ass back in the gym.
yeah,
And for a girl, if she got a bit fat, and her friend would tell like, oh no, oh, you're all good, I'm saying, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. So they lie to each
The
other's
perfect
faces.
queen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So they would lie to their faces, but then behind their backs, they would tell the truth. For us, for us men, it's like, to our faces, we would be super direct and like real with you. Like, okay, yo, you need to do this, you need to get this done. Like, we tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Girls tell each other what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. I think that's a
yeah,
big one too. And I would say this too, like, seeing them win, because like a fake friend doesn't want to see you win. They want to see, so let's say you had a new job promotion, or you got a new car, or you have a new girlfriend now, and the fake friend, he would look at that, he would be jealous, like he would have a bit of hatred of himself or
yeah,
herself, and they don't like to see you win, so they would be secretly like envious of you, and I think the way to really genuinely tell if you have a genuine friend is to see, like, yeah, does he like to see that I win, or just or even to help me during my losses and to be happy for me when I win. Those two things, it's like, it's the biggest like confidence booster, not even confidence booster, I would say just in general, it's nice to have someone to like help you with that, so when you go through a loss, like your breakup, or you lose your job or something, it's so nice to have like a person there for you to help you get back on your feet,
yeah,
and then for your celebrations as well, to help you celebrate, and it's a really nice thing. And the second thing to look out for if you can tell you have a fake friend, I would say, is, I mean, honestly, he just gives you like just terrible advice in general, because honestly, from our friendship and shit, we try to genuinely help each other out, like when we're going through a turmoil, or like a rough situation, we try to give each other good advice, and we both try to like analyze the whatever situation's going on, and we try to give good advice and stuff. A fake friend, he was simply just, I don't know, let's say let's say you want to choose like a job opportunity, and you have two options. One of them is like a good opportunity, like you're gonna get a lot of money and you'll get this and that and all these benefits, but then you get a bit less free time to yourself, and then the other job opportunity, it gives you less benefits, but then you have more free time. The fake friend's just gonna like kind of bring you down with him. It's kind of like an analogy that I heard one time, and it was that like
Yeah,
fake friends are kind of like crabs in a bucket. They like if they see a crab is climbing out of the bucket and is about to get out, the crab is gonna like the other one in the bucket is gonna drag that other crab down to his level and drag him back
yeah,
in the bucket, to kind of fuck him over.
yeah,
So I feel like the fake friend would say, yeah, it's fine, just take some extra free time, don't work as hard, or they will actively try to sabotage you, and
yeah,
and I don't know if even if you're naive enough to like believe that, you're still gonna have that gut feeling that you think, okay, something's wrong here, why is he like
exactly,
telling me to fuck me over and stuff.
exactly. And honestly, tying that back to what you just said, bro, I have, like, for example, a really good example, which is, bro, like you said, a really good friend makes you, or gives you the opportunity to make good decisions. Because he's
Exactly.
not going to tell you like, yo, you should do this, but what he's going to do is he's going to analyze it with you. He's going to be like, bro, you know like you said, here you could have a little bit more money, which would be good for your pocket. You're young, so maybe you could put more money into investments. Maybe you could put more money into, government debt or any of that stuff, and earn a little bit more money. But then obviously you're gonna lose more time. So that means, bro, like, as I said, you're young, so maybe you're not gonna have so much time to go out, to go to the gym. And obviously, as you're young, maybe the gym is important for you because it's where you develop the most. So he gives you kind of like an analysis, but he
Yeah.
doesn't tell you like, choose this.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this is the correct path for you to go. It's just you know here you can have this on your plate. So this is everything that's on your plate. This is the menu. And then on the other side, this is the menu. And then it's like, bro, he gives you just a clear way of thinking, but it's not like you should think like me. You just have this. And I think that's really important, bro. Because, for example, in our friendship, I do see that a lot. Because every time we talk, and obviously something I would say too is, there's talks that I can't have with other people that I have with you. I have that a lot because I know there are like certain topics that other people don't want to hear about. They're like,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on, Ed, like, you're gonna talk about this with me? Like, I'm not really interested in that. And and for you, like, every topic is acceptable because you know that every topic, it means to me, and
Of
it's
course.
meaningful. And honestly, that's helped me a lot. So, bro, like I said, for example, I was going back to to like the whole thing of like making good decisions but not giving you the answer, bro. For example, what have we been talking about, like, for like the past 2 weeks? It's been the whole thing about the chick that I was talking to, right?
Yeah.
And I told you the situation that we were in, right? And as I was telling you the situation, you were like, okay, maybe, bro, like, what she meant here, she could have meant this too. You have to look at the cup half full. And I was like,
Exactly.
oh, like, yeah, maybe I should watch out for that because maybe I'm overthinking this. And then you're like, oh, and also here in this situation, maybe she said this because you were being a little bit cold shouldered to her. You're giving her the cold shoulder. So watch out, bro, because maybe you're just interpreting that wrong. So I was like, oh, and then, like, I started thinking, I was like, like, it's not like you gave me the answer to my problem, but you were like, bro, maybe there's other ways of solving this problem. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, like, I have to think this through a little bit more. and and that's very important, because because friendship is also about, like, like being there, but not just being there, but like really like helping the other out, and helping doesn't come from decision making, because when you make the decision for them, if anything wrong happens, then bro, you just made your friend kind of fuck up, you know so yeah, I
Yeah,
had that to say, because I really like the fact that you tied it to like decisions. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I wanted to say as well. The big crisis nowadays is that men are like more alone than ever, and I mean, we can see why, because there's so many like people out there who are just genuinely fake and don't really want to help out. But I can't even tie it to that, to be honest. It's not even that. It's just in general, men don't have enough like masculine, strong bonds with other men that are able to help them out, of situations. And I to me, this was like a big one for me, because like I said, back in my childhood and stuff, I wasn't the most confident guy. I wasn't extroverted. I was very introverted. I was very shy. To be honest, bro, um, at lunch and stuff, I didn't know people that well, so I would honestly just sit by myself, and I liked being by myself. Teachers would come up to me and they would think, "Why are you sitting alone?" I said, "Well, I like sitting alone. I mean, what is there a problem?" They said, "Oh yeah, but it's weird because you're the only one sitting by yourself." I said, "Yeah, but I like being alone. That's fine. That's you know." But
Yeah.
the thing is as well is that in general, like the reason I'm like grateful for having you as well is because I feel like you've gotten me out of like a lot of like tough situations. Like I'll say this for example, with like the call we had, I think I don't know, a couple months ago maybe, where I don't know, like this girl was like kind of stressing me out and shit, because I overthink a lot of things, especially when it comes to like mixed signals, and girls are kind of confusing me and stuff, and I overthink a lot of stuff, and then and low-key, yeah, she was like stressing me out a lot, because I was thinking, oh, what is she doing? Like, why is she doing this? What does this mean? Oh, she doesn't fucking care about me, whatever. And then you told it to me straight. You said, Sean, look, as a good friend, I'm gonna tell you straight up like this. This is what I think. You didn't give me an answer. You didn't like you said, you didn't give me an answer. You just said, here's what I think about the situation. You laid it out, and you told me what I needed to hear, because yeah, it was really tough on me, bro, because you were saying like, yo, let's be real, bro. I don't think, for me, I don't see this working out. I don't think she's good for you. I think you're blinded. And on some real shit, it did stress me out, and I even cried over this girl, and you were there. You were the only person I could tell this to. And eventually, after a while, I stopped crying, and I just got up, dusted off my legs, and said, all right, bet, it's time to move on and stuff. I mean, not move on, but like to move forward, And
Yeah.
I can't imagine what other men are going through without having that person there to help them get up their feet, I can't imagine that, truly, because imagine that if you weren't there when I was overthinking or stressing, I would just break down, start crying and stuff, and I wouldn't know what to do, And I think it's super
And
important to have like a masculine brotherhood, of a bond, to help you out and get out of that like a bad situation, because we men, the thing is, to be honest, people can say what they want, but men's lives are really difficult. We aren't born with value given to us, how women are. And look, obviously people are going to take this the wrong way and say, oh, what are you talking about, misogynist, blah blah blah. It's just true, because when you really look at it, right, women, they're born with the value where they don't have this burden of performance that men have, where they have to perform, they have to achieve, they have to have drive, they have to do hard things, they have to achieve a lot of things in their life, in order to be able to have a family, and for us, we're born with no value. So we have to get up and we need to like do the work, and for a lot of men, it's difficult. It's really hard. It's a hard life, because for us, we have to do like, we have so many responsibilities and so many people are counting on us to succeed. you know. And this is why I say as well is that a woman will really never understand what a man goes through and what his problems are, you know. Like if you try to tell a woman what your problems are, like what you're going through day to day, she just wouldn't really know how to handle it. She wouldn't know how to solve it or what to do with it. It's too much, you know. Like I tried telling this even to my sister and mother, and they both like look at me like they don't understand, you know. They think, oh, you know, it's fine, whatever, oh, you'll be fine, you know. So I really do mean when I say this is that it has never been more important than to have masculine strong bonds with other men to really go and help you with your problems, you know. Because who is the only demographic that's going to relate to you and your problems? Men, right? So that's why I say it's so important for me. And you have helped me with a lot of my problems, you know, and you're the only one who understands. So I think it's pretty important, man.